Hello everybody and welcome back. My name's Richard and thanks for watching. Just quickly, this video here is about the Zhiyun Tech Z1 Tiny 2 gimbal. And firstly, before we do anything at all, I want to let you all know that I've been made aware by Zhiyun Tech from Rose that anybody with this gimbal who has recently updated their firmware to version 1.21, there are known issues with the firmware, which is creating some vibration and jello effect type problems in your video, especially in the yaw motor. So it is advisable, and Zhiyun Tech themselves advise anybody to downgrade from version 1.21 back down to version 1.11. I'll put a link to my Dropbox account just below in YouTube here in the comments. I'll put a link there for you so you can all download it if that needs be, or else it'll be available from Zhiyun Tech if you contact Rose there. So just to let you know, this is a Z1 Tiny 2. I have flashed it here now with the version 1.11p for position, so it's on the position firmware, and we'll get it powered up. It's just quickly just to let you see what the position firmware does. And then I'll do another one on the S version, which is for speed. So connect it up, power it up. As you can see, also I'm using the Get 2 camera on my gimbal here. So it's powered up, it's centered itself, everything's hunky dory. I'll switch on the controller. I'm using here the Radiolink AT10. I'm using the left slider for my pitch. I'm using the center variable control knob here for my yaw, and I'm using the right one for my roll. But the roll axis I'm going to disconnect. I don't like using the roll. I don't see why we need it, to be honest with you. So I'll start firstly with the roll. So it's on position mode firmware, which means really wherever you set the position to, the gimbal will go to and stop and stay at that position. So if I move my roll slightly to the right, you can see the gimbal leaning over, and if I leave go of the knob, it'll stay in that position. So I'll come over slightly clockwise to the right, and it stays in that position. And if I center back up again, the gimbal centers back up again. Whereas on the speed version firmware, if I was to go to the right, the gimbal would keep going and going and going and going, and wouldn't stop moving until I brought that knob back to the center, and it would stop in that position. Then I would have to go left and bring it up level again and center to stop it, which is a bit weird, but that's how it works anyway. So on the middle one then, also showed you here on the center variable control. Now I have my yaw axis. Swing it around, and I'm getting about 85 to 90 degree yaw rotation either way. Sorry about the touch, that was my controller, not the camera or gimbal, which isn't bad, I suppose. You know, it's alright. I'm happy with it. It does everything I need it to. And then, like I say, on the left hand slider here, it's in the middle. Don't know if you can see it. It's in the middle, and the camera's facing forward. Bring the slider down slightly, and the camera comes down, and it stays in that position. Whenever I return to center, the camera or the gimbal will come back up to that position. Whereas in the S firmware, it continues to move, which is weird. Just trying to level it off a bit. That's the reason why I'm going to disconnect the roll axis, because sometimes if it's set and it's not quite level, I don't like it. So I'm going to disconnect that roll axis, so the camera just levels itself and stays level without me putting any inputs to upset it. So hopefully you were able to understand what I was talking about, and could understand what I meant there about the position hold feature. The way it works with the P firmware is you move your slider or knob or whatever you're using on your remote control to control it. So say you move left, it'll go left and it'll stay left, or right. That's the easy way of saying it. I can't think of any other way of saying it. And the S firmware for the speed is slightly different. I think the S firmware would be more for somebody maybe controlling the gimbal using their sticks at a fast moving object, so everything's sort of centered and you could be moving the gimbal up and down, left and right, and following like a car racing around a track or something like that, and the second operator could use the S firm. I think it would, for a second operator, the S would be much better. You know, I'm not 100% sure, but I think S would definitely be more suited to a second operator with his own control, and that way he could take control of the gimbal, especially for a fast moving object. I think definitely the S firmware would be far better. But at the moment, for a single operator, I would recommend using the P version firmware. It gives the single operator with the single controller a lot more ease of use. That's my thinking anyway, and that's how I intend to use it anyway. So thanks for watching, and like I said, it's just a wee quick one on the P firmware. And take note, make sure you downgrade your firmware from 1.21 back down to 1.11 if you're having any issues. Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll get you again later. Bye bye.